Good evening. My name is Stephanie Magency, and it is my pleasure and honor to have just a few minutes tonight to speak about a very important topic, the 2020 census, with a very special guest, Delegate Joseline Pena Melnyk. She represents Prince George's and Anne Arundel counties as a state delegate in the Maryland General Assembly since 2006, and is here tonight to share a little bit about the importance of the census. Let's dive right on in. If you have an early comment, and we can go right to the questions.
Well, it is a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you so much for caring about the issue, because it's an important topic for our community, for Maryland. We have 6 million people that live in the state of Maryland, and for each person that does not fill out the census, we lose in a period of 10 years over more than $18,000 for each person. That is billions of dollars. So it is very important that everyone fills out the census, especially communities of color, Black and brown communities that have a history of having very low, numbers.
Why do you think we're so reluctant to complete the census?
I think that the reason is for the immigrant community is because they're afraid, right? They are afraid of, if they are undocumented, of that information being given or shared with ICE, with immigration, right? I think that they're also busy. A lot of them work 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet. So to sit in front of a computer, it's very difficult. In addition to that, not many people have a computer or internet. We actually, think that people do. We assume that they do, but they don't. So we have made it easy where you can fill it out by mail, you can fill it out on the phone, and you can fill it out on the computer as well. So it's a matter of getting the information out into the community and giving them the different options, and explaining that the information that is actually, gathered we are prohibited by law. The federal government is prohibited by law from sharing that information with any other agency. It is a felony. So I think it's a matter of people trusting that message.
Well, trust is something that we are, I would say, it's like, what's going to happen, with all of the money? And all of the data, can we trust that it's going to be used to really help bring resources and supports to our county? Isn't that why the census is important?
Well, I think that, the census is important because we need the money. We need the money for a lot of the social programs in our community. We need the money for everyone, right? For, if you ever need help from social services, if you ever need, food, in which many people nowadays, are actually going to, food banks, even people that you thought, would never need it, because a lot of people have lost their jobs. So we lose money for those programs. We lose money for education, money for transportation. It's also the information that is gathered is used to draw the lines. So who represents you in Congress, to determine, how many members we're going to have depending on that population. So if you do not fill out the census, then we may lose some seats. And presently we have 8 representatives and 2 senators, a total of 10 people that represent the state of Maryland at the federal level. So it's not just important because we need the money as a state for many programs, and there are billions of dollars that we need, but it's also to determine those lines and actually, to determine, who represents you.
So if you could say one word, just one word, about why the census is important, what one word would you use?
To live.
To live, exactly. You have been and you remain such a strong advocate and force for families and individuals in the General Assembly. And there's so much going on in our county as it relates to COVID, the economy. There just seems to be so much bad news. Can you close out this brief conversation with just anything that you can share that will offer a glimmer of hope and expectation about the future for your constituents?
Absolutely. You know, I represent two counties, Prince George's County and Anne Arundel County. So it's about 127,000 people.
Great.
I represent all kinds of people. I am passionate about, you know, blacks, white, purple, yellow, Latinos, you name it. I am responsive to all my constituents. I think that these are really extraordinary times. I think we have all been touched and have lost loved ones because of COVID-19. These times have shown us that we need to be strong as people and strong as a community and strong as a family unit. You know, in my family, we're spending more time together than we did in the past because we're all in, you know, in a household. I think that the state has had and continues to have many expenses, you know, due to COVID. Many people are unemployed. You know, when we were just talking about the census, you know, not just the immigrant community, but the Black community also needs to fill out the census. The white community needs to fill out the census. And we have a lot of challenges, but that's easy money if you think of it that way. It takes less than 10 minutes to fill out the census. So as we look forward, you know, I think that if we all do what we need to do to stay fiscally viable, right? To take care of our families, to take care of our health, you know, I really think that we will come out of this stronger because this experience has made us, you know, it gives you perspective to value the things that truly matter, to count your blessings when you hear that someone died that you loved and that you have been spared and you're putting on your mask and your social distancing and you're helping in the community with maybe some food distribution. If you're not able to, you can write a check. If you're not able to, you can say a prayer. But I feel that human beings, we're very strong people and that you have obstacles, but we can overcome them with faith, with hard work, with dignity, with respect with each other, and with some humanity and some generosity. And I honestly think that we will do well. And I ask people to put on their mask. We don't have a vaccine. We probably won't have one till next year. So please put on your mask. Please vote on November 3rd. Our life depends on it. Our dignity is on the ballot. So if I ask two things of you is to fill out the census.
Number one,
especially if you are a person of color, because our communities, we have a lot of disparities compared to others. And
undercounting.
And undercounted. And secondly, please vote on November 3rd. And you can vote by mail, regardless of what people say, it is safe. And if you don't want to mail it, you can put it in drop boxes, which we'll have throughout the whole state. You can vote in person, early voting. You can vote in person on November 3rd. You can register the day of when you vote during early voting. Maryland is one of those states that allows you to register on the day of the election. And you can also register if you don't early vote on November 3rd. So there's no excuse. Please, please, please vote. It is important.
Well, you said a whole lot of things about hope and dignity and kindness and generosity, all things that in just a short amount of time I've had to be able to hear you and to see the passion that you have for service and for your role as a state delegate. Thank you for representing my county. And thank you for all that you do in Annapolis and in our community for the hundreds and hundreds of families that I know that you are personally touching and connecting to the resources that exist during these very, very challenging times. So
It's an
thank you for,
honor to serve. I don't take it for granted. I feel so honored and privileged that people trust me to serve. And, you know, I work 7 days a week. I don't even practice law anymore. I do food distribution. I go to a hospital, nursing home. I mean, I'm delivering diapers, working with the seniors. You know, we're all over the place because this is really when you are a public servant, okay? And I think that it takes all of us to survive this. So I'm very honored to represent you, and I don't take it for granted. I feel extremely blessed, and thank you for the courtesy and for your
thank you.
trust.
And if anyone wants to help, to donate items or to somehow get connected, should they call your office or email your office to get some
Absolutely.
information?
They can email my office or they can call me on my cell. The cell is 301-213-3604, 301-213-3604. I mean, people, a lot of my neighbors and friends, they'll drop diapers in the front of my home. They'll drop a grocery, you know, a bag of groceries, and I deliver them to different families. And I know the families write our office. They just today I got a text of a family I'm helping that she said, if you have some milk or juice or diapers, you know, please remember our family. And this is one of the many families that, you know, we feed and that we help. And we're blessed. You know, I'm not wealthy. I'm middle class, like, you know, like many people. But unfortunately, I think that it is important to give a little as well. Okay, it's the right thing to do.
Because we are all in this
Together.
together.
That's
Together.
right. We're one.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for all
My
that you do.
pleasure.
And have a good rest of the evening with your family.
Thank you. Have a blessed one. Thank you for
Take
having a
care.
caring heart, okay?
Thank you. Take
Take
care.
care. Bye-bye.